Students, welcome back to your English class. Today we will take the chapter number 6. We can't find our feet. All of you take page number 44. Little children of Hoja's village wanted to have some fun, so they played a trick. They told Hoja that they cannot find their feet. Let's read and find out how Hoja helped the children. Here you can see Hoja. And the little children of his village wanted to play some fun with him. So they have played a trick on him, and let us see what is that into the story. Nasruddin Hoja was very clever. He was also very funny. He made people laugh with his clever jokes. He was fat with a round belly. He had a long white beard. All the children loved him. They crowded around him and enjoyed the stories he told them. Okay, what is the name of this man? Nasruddin Hoja. He was a very clever man, and he was also very funny. And what he does, all the people loved him. He made the people laugh with his clever jokes. He was very fat and he was having a round belly. Also a white beard. Beard means tadi. Okay, long white beard he has. All the children loved him very much. The children always come around him, and what they will do, he will tell them stories, and they all enjoyed the stories that he told them. One day, the children of the village saw Hoja resting near the village stream. They decided to have some fun. They put their feet in the water and shouted, Hoja, Hoja, we are in trouble, please help us. One day, Hoja was resting near the village stream. You can see it in the picture. So now the children decided to have some fun. What they did, they put their feet under the water. And what they shouted to the Hoja, they shouted that they are in trouble to save them. Hoja opened his eyes and asked, what is the matter? He knew that the children were being naughty. And now Hoja awake from his sleep. He was resting there under a tree near the stream. Now he opened his eyes when the children shouted, and he is asking, what is the matter? He already know that the children are very naughty, and they will play some trick on them. You see, it is very hot today, so we put our feet in the water. Now our feet have got mixed up. We don't know which feet are whose. We can't find our feet. We cannot walk until we can find our feet. Now what the children are saying, they had put their feet inside the water. Why? Because it is very hot. So to keep it cool, so they put their what inside the water in the water, and they are telling that their feet has got mixed up. All of the four children's feet has got mixed up, and they don't know whose feet is that. And without finding the feet, they can walk. The children smiled and giggled. Hoja also wanted to have some fun. He got up, stropped his spread, and said, oh, this is serious. Let me see what I can do. Hoja, Hoja, hurry up. We have to go home. Hoja picked up a broken branch and walked up to the children were sitting. He sat near them and tickled the children's feet with the branch. And what he did, the children were playing. They are making fun. So they smiled and laughed, giggled. Now Hoja also wanted to play some fun. What he did, he stroked his beard and said, he's telling that it is serious. He told the children that let us see what he can do. Now the children are telling that we want to go home, so do it, hurry. Now what Hoja did, he picked up a broken branch and walked to the children, and he tickled the children's feet with the branch. The children began to feel ticklish and could not keep their feet in the water any longer. They pulled their feet out of the water and ran away laughing. Haja looked at them and said, "Ah, I can see that you found your feet." When he tickled them on their feet, they started laughing, and they could not hold it. They could not keep their feet in the water anymore. So what happened? They all ran from there, laughing. Now Hoja told he had found the feet of the children. About the story, now what you have to do is you have to do the multiple choice questions. Here are some options given. You have to choose the correct one after reading the chapter. Now, page number 47 and read the story. Anand visits his friend. He finds his friend wearing two coats. Anand asks, "Why are you wearing two coats? Is it so hot today?" His friend, it is so hot today. His friend answers, "I'm painting my house. On the paint box, it is written, for best results, put two coats." Anand laughs loudly. Vacant pairs. Pupil A asks one question from the story and pupil B answers, then reverse roles. Some questions you can ask are given below. Here are some questions here, and after reading this story, you have to write the answers in your notebook. Okay? Now I will read out some words for you. Please tick the words that you hear. Okay? Sail. First one is sail. You have to tick the word you hear. Sail. Second one, bell. Bell. Third one, shop. Shop. Fourth one, read. Read. Fifth one, brook. Brook. Sixth one, pug. Pug. Okay, I have read only one word from each set. You have to tick the word you heard. Okay? Circle the words that mean the same as the words in red. Okay, here there is a word which is written in red color, and here the meaning of this. You have to choose which one is the meaning of the word written in red color. You have to circle it. Okay, make a word chain of 6 words. Write a word with the last letter of the word before it. Okay, here there is an example given: car, rain, nest, tea, apple, egg, green. Okay, there are 6 letters or 6 words. First letter is car. First word is car. And see the last letter of car, that is rain. So next word you have to write is the word that starts with the last letter of this word. Okay, then it is rain. And the last letter of N, rain, is N. So you have to write a word starting with N. So they wrote nest. And the last letter of nest is T. And they have wrote a word that starts with T. Like that you have to write 6 words of with sun, drop, home and fish. Okay. Now when we stop a sentence, what we use, we stops or we ends the sentence with a full stop, right? And if you are asking a question, what we will stop it with? We will stop it with a question mark. So here are some sentences given below. You have to write with, you have to put a question mark or a dot or a full stop to these sentences. If it is a question mark, you have to put a question mark. Sorry, it is a question, if you have to put a question mark, and if it is a sentence, you have to put a full stop. Here are some sentences given. Actually, it is a story, but it is not given in the correct order. You have to number it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. like that. You have to number it in the correct order. First you have to read it and you can understand what is the story, and you have to read a number it as 1 2 3 like that. Okay, now read the story in correct order and enjoy it. Okay, and give, after reading the story in correct order, you can give a name to the story. There are some words given in the box. It's the present continuous tense. Okay, after that there are some sentences and you have to look at the picture and you have to choose the correct words from the box and complete the story. Part of the sentence, predicate. Read this. The cat walks away in anger. The cat is the subject in this sentence. The cat walks away in anger. Which one is the subject here? What we are talking about in the sentence? The cat, right? So it is the subject in the sentence. The other part of the sentence tells us something about the cat. This part of the sentence is the predicate. The part of the sentence that says something about the subject is the predicate. Here, what we are talking about is the subject, and we are telling something about the subject here. In the sentence, we are telling something about the walks away in anger. We are telling about the sentence, right? The subject, right? So it is called the predicate. Remember which are the two parts of a sentence? A sentence has two parts, subject and a predicate. Something or someone in a sentence is the subject. The thing or something or someone that we are talking about in a sentence is called the subject. The part that sentence that says something about the subject is the predicate. And the thing we are talking about in a sentence is called a subject, and the part that says something about the subject is called the predicate. Match the subjects with their suitable predicates. Here are some subjects and predicates given, and this, after matching, you can make a sentence. Okay. Grandma's party. Part of a sentence. Object. Read this. Grandma is making lemonade. What is grandma making? Lemonade. Alka is opening the fridge. What is Alka opening? The fridge. Lemonade is the object or thing grandma is making. Fridge is the object or thing Alka is opening. So both the words lemonade and fridge are objects in the sentence. We have now learned what is a subject, what is a predicate, and what is the object. Okay. Sentences have three parts: subject, predicate, and object. For example, this dog barks loudly. Remember, all sentences have a subject predicate, but every sentence need not have an object. Every sentence will have a subject and a predicate. Okay, and some sentences will have an object too. Look at the picture. Here is a picture. Now read the answers given below to complete the questions. Okay, here is a picture given here. You have to complete these sentences after looking at the picture. Okay, first you have to look at the answer. Every answer is given and you have to make a question for that. Okay. Apostrophe. Read the sentence. Atul, Manish and Seema are in Alka's house. In this sentence, Alka's house tells you that the house belongs to Alka. We use an apostrophe to show the belonging. Okay, you can see apostrophe here. Means a comma at the top. So, in this sentence, Atul, Manish and Seema are in Alka's house. Whose house is it? Alka's. It tells us that the house belongs to Alka. Okay, so now we are using an apostrophe to show whom it belongs to. Okay, look at the pictures and answer the questions. Whose house is this? It is Raja's house, right? It is the names are given under the picture, so you can write it with an apostrophe. You can use an apostrophe to show the belonging. Okay. Easy bears by watermelon. Nouns. Read these sentences. The scarf is flying away. Manu is playing in the garden. The words in red are names of a person, place, and thing. You can see the scarf is flying away. Here, the word which is in red color is the thing we are talking about. And Manu is playing in the garden. These all are places, names of places, place, and thing. Scarf is a place, name of thing. Manu is a place, name of a person. Garden is the name of a place, right? So these are called nouns. Nouns are called naming words or the names of person, place, animals, or things. Some words are names of special persons, place, or animals, or things. For example, Anil is going to Agra to see the Taj Mahal. Here, Anil is a special person, Agra is a special place, and Taj Mahal is a special thing, right? And these special names always begin with a capital letter. Okay? Circle the special names in the sentences. You have to circle the special names. Means all the special names starts with a capital letter. Okay, you have to circle the special names in these sentences. Okay. Now underline the names of persons with red, names of special persons with blue, and the names of things with green color. You have to underline the names of persons. In these sentences, there are the names of persons, special persons, and things. So you have to underline the names of persons with red, and the names of special persons with blue, and names of things with green. Okay. Singular and plural. Some nouns tell us about one place, person, animal, or thing. These nouns are in singular. Some nouns tell us more than one place, person, animal, or thing. These nouns are in plural. Okay, if it is about one thing, if a noun is about one thing, person or place or animal, it is singular, and if it is more than one, it is plural. Write the plural forms of these nouns. You have to add s or es. If you want to make singular to plural, you have to add s or es to that word. Dress. You have to add es, so dresses. Like that, you have to add s or es to make these singular forms plural. Look at this picture. Write down things you see in the correct cloud. Okay, you have to write singular things in here and plural things in this cloud. Okay. Now take page number 56. Read these sentences. Manu is trying on her dress. Manu is trying on her new dress. Suddenly, clouds cover the sky. Suddenly, dark clouds cover the sky. The word new tell us more about the dress. The word dark tell us more about the clouds. Here, dress and clouds are the noun in these sentences, right? So, here the words new and dark tells more about dress and clouds. And these words are called adjectives. Means the word that describes the noun or modifies the noun is called adjective. Okay, words that describe nouns are called describing words or adjectives. Now look at the pictures and describe them. Okay, you have to look at the pictures and you have to write the adjectives. Means you have to modify the noun, flower, monkey, and box. Okay, circle the describing words and underline the naming words. You have to circle the adjectives here, and you have to underline the nouns in the sentences. Okay, she has a red bag. Which is the naming word or noun here? Bag, right? So you have to underline. And which is the describing word? Red, right? So you have to circle it. So like that, in each sentence there is a describing word and a naming word. You have to underline the naming word and circle the describing word. Okay, that's all about the class, and we have completed our chapter. From next class onwards we will start revision. Okay, thank you.